giving real analysis. It's pretty much the Steelers' version of Teddy Bruschi there. But yeah.
Wow. I actually like Ryan Clark.
Corny.
They called him Uncle Tom, though, and I was like, that's too far.
I mean, I can't say that, but
Antonio Brown called him Uncle Tom. And I'm like, black people really got to stop overusing Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom.
Okay.
If you read the book, the Sambo was the bad guy. Uncle Tom, was kind of soft shoeing, but he eventually turned out to be the good guy. But the Sambo, I think what you want to say is Sambo or Coon, and not Uncle Tom. If you're gonna really put your name on that and call someone an Uncle Tom, when you really mean they're a Sambo or a Coon. Know the difference, please. Words matter; they mean something. So
and let's
use
not
them in the proper context.
And let's not pretend that Ryan Clark didn't start the whole Deadskins safety getting a big ass bag but can't play anymore pipeline.
He didn't really get paid for the Redskins like that. He went from the Redskins.
He didn't
to the
really
Steelers.
play good.
No, his last team was the Steelers.
Yeah, but didn't he go from the Steelers to the Redskins and then back to the Steelers?
I think he might have gotten cut. It wasn't a big contract.
Yeah.
It was more like he was still a
Point
no-name.
is,
He was
the
a no-name
Redskins
safety.
always get a bunch of trash safeties, and Ryan Clark is in that bag.
But I think he was that was one of his first teams. Go look it up on Pro Football Focus or whatever. He didn't really. He made a name on himself for the Steelers, not the Redskins.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He was trash with the Redskins.
He was still young and improving.
Why are you defending Ryan Clark?
I'm trying to defend three things right now, but just know,
bro, put your phone down. Nobody cares about your viral tweet right now. You got a show to do.
No, I'm actually answering somebody else, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm answering three people right now.
Yeah, you don't need to do that right now. Focus on the task at hand.
No, but I'm telling you, he wasn't really anything until he got to the Steelers. That's what I'm telling you. He was a second round pick at LSU, and he really didn't do much until he stuck on with the Steelers. But yeah, I get your point.
Are you ready to be wrong?
Always. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know. I don't want to be out here.
He started with the Giants, went to the Redskins, then went to Pittsburgh, and then went back to the Redskins.
It was final year.
Yep.
Because he had the whole, not anemia, but he can't play. I think he has sickle cell, so he can't play in he can't play in Denver. He can't play in high altitudes. That's what I remember. So yeah, I guess he isn't a Teddy Bruschi boat if you're gonna say medically. If you're gonna go that route.
Oh, I didn't go that route. Anyways, man. So
I'm not gonna call him a snitch like Teddy Bruschi because that's a different level of snitch and ass kisser.
So finish your Steelers rant.
So pretty much, yeah, he responded professionally on Twitter, and everybody jumped to his defense as they should. But we're not gonna be saying AB is a saint here. But I'm tired of the narrative that it's always everybody on the Steelers. They don't ever talk about Big Ben and all the stuff that he's done. They only make it about his star receiver or his star running back. It's no, don't do that. Don't sit up here and ignore the fact that the common denominator in all this drama is Big Ben, who was out here allegedly trying to rape or raping or locking women in bathrooms. This is after the first Super Bowl, by the way. After the one that the Steelers defense and Jerome Bettis and them and Willie Parker won, because he didn't really win them that Super Bowl. He kind of
did. Jerome Bettis really win that Super Bowl?
No, it's more Willie Parker.
Yeah,
Willie Parker in the defense. But yeah, bro, I'm tired of we never call out Ben Roethlisberger, and I've already talked about this numerous times on this podcast, where we just don't call out white men when they do really horrible shit, because most of y'all got white bosses, but it's cool. Let them keep abusing. Les Moon V's, all these other high-ranking cats. Let them keep abusing.
So real quick,
don't say anything. I want to say something when it's R. Kelly. Whatever. Anyway,
we got to move on. So
he's a hypocrite, and pretty much no one's talking about how Big Ben has been playing like shit. And yeah, he led the league in passing yards because he forces the ball to certain guys, but he also always shits on his teammates, never takes accountability for his own personal actions. And honestly, Mike Vick got more steam and heat for what he did than what Big Ben did, but they'll totally forget that. The fact that the whole Mike Vick situation, him being a Steeler and he was welcome in, and they're like, oh, Peter kept being on his ass when we'll get
to Peter later.
Oh yeah, fuck Peter twice. Shout out to for people who already have their beef with Peter that I know that we won't say their names on here. But yeah, I'm just tired of Ben Roethlisberger never getting.
So how about
I
you
have
call
friends
out,
who are Steelers fans?
How about you call out Mike Tomlin?
I'm gonna get to Mike Tomlin in a second
because Mike Tomlin is the enabler of Big Ben.
Mike Tomlin lost this locker room a long time ago.
You're the one who's been saying. I've been saying.
I don't think he should be fired.
2 years.
He shouldn't be fired because there was 5 black head coaches fired, and there's still a bunch of shitty white ones who have jobs. But there's literally studies that they've done studies.
Would you give up a first round pick for Mike Tomlin?
What?
Would you trade for Mike Tomlin?
I'm not trading a head coach. The fuck is wrong with you?
It happens all the time.
Nah, that's
John
weird.
Gruden got traded.
How many years ago was that?
10 years ago. Doc Rivers got traded.
That's basketball.
Still, point is it happens.
And the Clippers still don't have a ring yet.
Let's
talk about it.
The point is
so much of trash Clippers.
The point is it happens.
But still.
So you wouldn't give up a first round pick for Mike Tomlin?
No.
Even if you're a sorry ass team that can't draft and fucks up first round picks anyways, you wouldn't do that to get a Super Bowl winning coach?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. Shout out to BS3 Sports in the chat room. Sorry, I couldn't get this shit up. I was trying to actually see who else was commenting in the chat. I am a Rams fan, Jackie. But
all right, man.
I keep getting pegged to team just because I picked them.
So we got to move
really
on
like
from
Lamar
the Steelers
Jackson.
shit. So you wanna give your last word on Mike Tomlin and his role in this whole situation?
The Steelers are doing typical companies. They're mimicking the Patriots almost. No heat on the quarterback. No heat on the head coach. It's the star player's fault.
Damn.
And because he's 30, it's just good PR to spin it to blame him and blame Le'Veon. Well, Le'Veon still never got paid, and a lot of those punk-ass Steelers players went through his locker because that's what real men do. Yeah. You couldn't do it when he was there at the facility. You wait till he doesn't show up, and you raid all his shit. That's why y'all didn't make the playoffs. That's why Bud Dupree is a bust.
He's not a bust.
He's a bust.
He's not a bust.
How many sacks did Bud Dupree have this year? He's been in the league almost 5 years. Please run me. By the way, Josh Allen is way better than Bud Dupree. Let's talk about it. And Bud Dupree ran a 4.5.
So real quick, where does Le'Veon Bell and AB land next year?
I think because I'm not going to say Minnesota for Le'Veon because Latavius Murray's leaving Minnesota because he said he doesn't want to be
he had 5.5. Dupree had 5.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and an INT.
Should have had 10 because TJ Watt had 13 and he was getting all the double teams. So what was Dupree doing? Not getting to the quarterback?
He's not a bust. You could
say
go
look up his stats
great.
Since he's been in the league. I don't want to hear that.
He's had 6 sacks every year.
How many years has he been in the league?
5.
And has he had anything? Has he had 8 sacks in the
season? He
has
as many sacks as Todd Barr. You're not saying nothing?
Todd Barr plays in a 4-3 defense. Let's not do that. Let's not do that right now.
Weren't they in the same draft class? I'm pretty sure that. Nah, but Dupree came the next year.
How many years has Bud Dupree been in the NFL? 5? 4?
4 years.
Okay, and he hasn't had 8 sacks yet in a season?
No.
TJ Watt's been in the league how many years? 2?
Yeah.
And had 13 in his second year?
That's not fair, though. Come on.
No. Because what pick did Bud Dupree get picked at? 17 or 26 or something?
Yeah, and TJ Watt went later. Yeah, I get it.
Thank you.
Point is, one player
Wait, time out.
Player being good doesn't make the other one a bust.
One dude.
Bro, Deion Jordan is a bust. Bud Dupree's not a bust.
Underwhelming. He's close
underwhelming.
to it.
Okay, there you go.
4 years and you still can't get 8 sacks?
I'll give you underwhelming.
He's way more athletic than TJ Watt. He runs a 4.57.
And he should probably be a 4.3 in if we really want to talk about it.
Okay, fine. That's what I think. That's my view on a lot of these cats. They ruin them by putting them. By the time they actually get to a 4-3 defense, they're already washed up.
Old. Lamar Woodley.
Nah, they're washed up and their head is just wired. They're just trained to be a 3-4 defensive end. So there's this weird chimera of a player.
Okay, so where are AB and Le'Veon Bell going?
The Jets might be perfect.
We're late.
The Jets might be perfect because that's what they did to San Antonio Holmes. They traded him.
That was a bust signing.
No, he actually was alright.
No,
the Jets were
Santonio
terrible.
Holmes
The
was
Jets were
trash with
terrible.
the Jets.
The Jets were terrible.
Bro, he made it like a season and a half after signing a record deal.
He got washed.
I totally forgot about him.
Yeah,
he was the bridge between Mike Wallace and
he was Brett
Antonio
Favre.
Brown.
I think Brett Favre was on that team too. But yeah, I would also say the Colts. I wouldn't be shocked if they got Le'Veon. The Browns are out of it.
Damn, Santonio Holmes.
Arizona would be
Already.
perfect. Arizona would actually be perfect if they could pull that trade off, or they could sign.
There's precedent for that.
They could get Antonio Brown. That'd be perfect. The Niners are probably the most ideal spot though, because Kyle Shanahan will tell them, like, "I'll get you and George Kittle the ball, straight up. Everybody else is hurt, and if he can get Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, oh, the Niners are a problem because DeForest Buckner had 12 sacks for a defensive tackle. Armstead is whatever. Solomon Thomas is whatever." But like the Niners, Kyle Shanahan, I think he could work somehow.
Devin Smith's already out the league.
Yeah, but he had a bunch of torn ACLs, so that's why he just is done. But I think he tried out he got cut by the Packers, I think, or something like that. But yeah, man, I'd say the Jets and the Niners. I don't think the Lions have the juice to even try to make a move like that for Antonio Brown.
I could see the Colts making a play for both, but specifically Bell. And in terms of, I could honestly see the Raiders making a move for AB. To be honest, I think that has either them or the Patriots, because we all know they're willing to take chances on disgruntled receivers. Maybe even the Titans.
Nah,
Titans yeah, fam. No, I'm gonna let you.
You said the Titans, and I just immediately stopped listening to you.
No, you're on your phone, distracted instead of paying attention,
bro. Buffalo.
Stop.
They're gonna send him to Siberia.
You said
yes,
Buffalo.
They're gonna send him to Siberia, dog. They're gonna trade. They're gonna trade
Kelvin Benjamin his ass.
Yes, they're gonna trade Antonio Brown, and then.
Watch the Chiefs. If we went to the Chiefs, that'd be nasty.
That's not.
I'll be hot.
That's a bad contract for a bad contract, though. Sammy Watkins for Antonio Brown. Actually, financially, that might be fair. But that's a bad risk. Buffalo is probably where Antonio Brown's going to go. They're going to be huge a-holes about it. Buffalo or the Giants? The Giants will be the Jets. The Jets will be perfect because Sam Darnold needs receivers badly and a running back badly. And they're giving out money. Traymon Johnson, he got a fat contract. The Jets might just want to go all in, but the Colts have the most cap space. They have like $114 million in cap space. So I would have to say, I don't know if you're that sold on Marlon Mack as the number one back.
Definitely not.
You get Le'Veon, hey, he's your third receiver.
I thought he was Stacey Mack until like halfway through last season.
Of course you did, because you don't follow.
And I have a lot
University
of
of South Florida. You don't follow University of South Florida football players like I do.
Anyways, next topic. It's been known infamously as Black Monday in the past. It's the Monday after Week 17 where a bunch of coaches are fired. This year, as you put in the rundown, it was very black because
Black ass Friday. All the black coaches got fired except two.
Marvin Lewis retired.
He's going to take a role in management.
Vance Joseph fired.
Honestly, John Elway needed a scapegoat.
Wilkes was fired.
Steve Wilkes was fired from the Cardinals. Again, I'm not surprised because the owner is a Trump supporter, but I'm also not surprised that like the franchise is in turmoil. And you switch the defense from a 3-4 to a 4-3. Chandler Jones still put out and had sack production, and you waited too late to start Josh Rosen. But they just kept getting injured. Yeah, they made him a sacrificial lamb, but I don't think they should have fired him. Like, it's wrong. Like, you can't know all that from having a coach in 1 year. Like, firing a head coach in 1 year is not the coach's fault. It's dumbass management's fault. Why did you go all out with that press conference only to fire him after a 3-13 season when guess what? Y'all probably weren't going to make the playoffs anyway.